friends and family, this is SP News Nuggets, and today, you guys, we've got an update on the remains found in Alabama. They have just confirmed that the 5-year-old missing girl, Taylor Williams, they confirmed that those are the remains, and they have identified that they are the remains of Taylor Williams. We're going to share with you what they're saying, and here we go. Remains found earlier this month in Alabama have been confirmed to be those of missing 5-year-old Taylor Rose Williams. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office reportedly told local media today. Taylor had been missing from her Jacksonville, Florida since November the 6th. The remains in question were discovered in a wooded area in Alabama earlier this month. A day after the remains were found, Taylor's mother, Brianna Williams, was arrested and charged with child neglect and giving false information to investigators. Brianna Williams is reportedly not cooperating with investigators. JSO Chief of Investigations T.K. Waters said at a news conference today afternoon that the DNA analysis confirmed the identity of the remains. Waters stressed that the sheriff's office is committed to getting justice for Taylor, but said the agency is not ready to say how investigators were led to the remains. He also said he cannot release the cause of death while the investigations continue. That information we're going to keep with us. It's very intense, very long, very detailed investigations. And those are things we are going to keep with our investigations until we go through the courts and everything else, Waters said. Waters said Brianna Williams Taylor's mother would be told very soon after the news conference. He said she remains uncooperative. Williams, who's now considered a person of interest in the case, reported her missing on November the 6th. The disappearance triggered an Amber Alert and a massive search throughout the city. 2 days later, the sheriff said Williams was no longer cooperating with police. The search later expanded into rural areas of Alabama where investigators focused on a 25-mile radius stretching from Demopolis, where Williams has friends, to her hometown of Linden. Crews were combing a wooded area November the 12th when they uncovered the remains. Later that same day, the sheriff disclosed that Williams had been hospitalized after ingesting an unknown substance and was being charged with child neglect and giving false information to law enforcement. Williams remained in the Doval County Jail on $1.1 million bond. She is due in court December the 4th for arraignment. They're not really going to say too much else. I'm not surprised those were the remains. It's kind of weird though, and I just want to stress to you guys, they're saying that they're not going to, it says, Taylor but said that the agency is not ready to say how investigators were led to the remains. I wonder why they're not going to say how they were led to the remains. He also said he cannot release the cause of the death while the investigation continues. So they have not charged Brianna yet with anything. They just got the results in, and we do know now that those are the remains of Taylor Williams. We also got an update on Anahi Blanchard. I guess her remains are identified also. Or not remains, but I guess they found her. So the article reads, the month-long search for 19-year-old Anahi Blanchard has ended in tragedy as her probable remains are discovered Monday afternoon, and Macon County News 3 has learned. I can confirm that human remains have been found, and we have good reason to suspect that they are that of Anahi Blanchard, said District Attorney Brandon Hughes to News 3. The remains were found off of Macon County Road 2. It was not far from New Hope Baptist Church. So you guys, I guess they're finding these people, and they're finding the remains, and they're identifying the people, which is probably a good thing, but it's not good news. I'm going to share a clip with you right now with for the remains of Anahi Blanchard, and then I'm going to get off of here. So here we go.
The search for a missing college student from Homewood. Police in Auburn are trying to find 19-year-old Anahi Blanchard.
Today they released this surveillance video, the last images of Blanchard before she disappeared. No one has seen or heard from the East Alabama college student since Wednesday night.
I want to get out now to WVTM 13's Chip Scarborough standing by live for us in Homewood, where people are holding out hope that the 19-year-old Chip is going to be found safe.
Yeah, that's right. A couple hundred people gathered at nearby Trinity United Methodist Church here in Homewood last night to pray for the safe return of Anahi Blanchard. And just this afternoon, as you said, police released surveillance video from the night of her disappearance. Auburn police say this is 19-year-old Anahi Blanchard inside a convenience store on South College Street in Auburn last Wednesday night. The same night, investigators say she was last heard from. Jack Owens is a retired special agent with the FBI. He says missing person cases get more challenging with every day that passes.
At this point, a lot of leads and manpower have already been used up. You may have to revisit all of them since we don't have her.
Officers found Blanchard's car in the parking lot of a Montgomery apartment complex on Friday night. They say the car was damaged between the time she disappeared Wednesday in Auburn and when the car was found Friday.
The fact there's a lot of space between there and where we found her car, that opens up all kinds of highway checks and leads along that highway. What kind of place was open at that time of night? You got to visit everything.
The 19-year-old is a graduate of Homewood High School and now attends Southern Union State Community College in Opelika. Friends and loved ones took part in a prayer vigil Sunday night, hoping for a good outcome. Owen says it's still possible.
She's a splendid human being and a wonderful family. The fact that she would just up and disappear doesn't make sense to anyone who knew her.
And Owen says this case is an unfortunate reminder for all young women not to go out alone at night. He says you should always have someone with you. Meantime, Auburn police are asking anyone with any information about this case to please give them a call.
Okay, you guys. So they believe that they found Anahi Blanchard's remains right down there. And so they have not been identified, but they do believe that the remains that they have found is hers, and they were somewhere close to the church of where I think where her car was found. So they're breaking cases and they're finding the loved ones, family members. This is sad. This is sad breaking news. But I wanted you guys to make sure that you guys had the update and knew. If you didn't know what had happened, that's why I put the clip in there for people who didn't know that this 19-year-old was missing and they've been looking for her. There's been an Amber Alert out for her, and these remains that they found, they think is hers. So you guys, I'm going to get off of here, and I'll see you guys tonight at 5 Central Time p.m. We have an exclusive interview, you guys. I want you all to be in there with your boots on, and we're going to do this interview, and we're going to find out what's going on with this guy that knows Brianna Williams. And I just want to say condolences to the families, to all these bad results that's coming out. You guys be good, be safe, be nice to each other.